Hey everyone, and welcome to the Daily Dose, where this week we're walking through some stories that you didn't hear in Sunday school. Today we've got a really epic story about some powerful ladies. So let's dig in. For this story, we have to jump way back in the Bible, all the way to Judges. And here's what you have to know about Judges. So Judges were the leaders of the Israelite people before there were kings, okay? So in this story in Judges 4, the judge, or the leader of the Israelite people, is this lady named Deborah. And not only is she a leader of the Israelite people, she's also a prophet. Deborah's got it going on, okay? So for this story to take place, what you need to know is that during the ancient times, groups of people would come together to form communities like the Israelites and often would find themselves in conflict with other communities around them, fighting over territory, over people, over food, all kinds of things. Well, during Deborah's reign over Israel, they were in a conflict. The Israelites were in a conflict with the Canaanites. They were in this conflict, and it had come to actual war. There was fighting and war going on between the Israelite and the Canaanite people. So Deborah, the leader of the Israelites during this time, she is asked, what is going to happen? What's going to happen, Deborah, in all of this? And Deborah knows, and she goes to this guy named Barak. She says, Barak, you're going to be the leader of the Israelite troops. And I need you to grab 10,000 or so people, and you're going to go fight the Canaanites, and you are going to succeed. You're going to overthrow the Canaanite people, and God is going to deliver the leader of the Canaanite army, Sisera, to you. And Barak says, okay, Deborah, that sounds great, but here's the thing. I'm not going unless you go. And Deborah says, Cool, Barak. That sounds good. I will certainly go with you. But because of this demand, God is not going to deliver Sisera to you, and you're not going to get the glory. Instead, it's going to go to a lady, to another woman. And Barak looks at Deborah and says, okay, I don't know how many ladies are finding themselves in the midst of war, but okay. And they go about their business, and they head into the throes of the fighting. And here's what happens. The Israelites, they overpower the Canaanite people. And during the battle, Sisera, the leader of the Canaanite army, he sees this horrible battle, and he knows he's not going to win. So he gets off of his chariot, and he flees on foot. He hightails it out of there. Meanwhile, nearby, there is a gal named Jael. Jael is in her tent. She knows that this conflict is going on, and her family actually has an alliance with the Canaanite people. Well, she sees all this fighting. She says, the Canaanites are not doing so hot in this battle. I don't know about our alliance with the Canaanite people. But here she sees Sisera running away from the battle, and he sees Jael knowing they have an alliance, and he seeks refuge in her tent. And she says, Sisera, yeah, come on in. She gives him a blanket. She gives him something to drink. He falls asleep. But before he falls asleep, he says to Jael, hey, no one needs to know I'm here. You got me? And she goes, I got you. But Jael, she thinks that her alliance might be changing. There's something brewing. The spirit is at work in her and in the community around. And she, instead of protecting Sisera, she takes a tent stake and a hammer, and she drives it into Sisera's head, and he dies. This is why we don't hear this story so much in Sunday school, I think. Well, meanwhile, Barak is looking for Sisera, right? He's trying to have all this glory from war. He's looking for Sisera, who he saw flee away. He's searching, and Jael sees him and says, hey, I have what you're searching for right here. He comes in and sees Sisera dead. Thus, Jael delivers people from the Canaanite people. She plays a pivotal role in this story of the Israelites overcoming. So what's God up to in this story? I think it's pretty clear. Back in those days, it wasn't very common to have a woman have such an important role, and a role of authority in Deborah's case, in stories and leadership. And so this story is a clear picture of how God can use anybody, and especially women, to do the work of God. God trusts people, including women, maybe especially women, to hold leadership and authority over God's people, to do the work of God and to be a part of God's story. God uses all people, not just the special people. God can use all people. Thanks for joining us today on the Daily Dose. It's a really fun series. We hope that you join in tomorrow as well. And also, we wanted to extend a special invitation to you. Memorial Day weekend, we are gathering back in person here at Calvary. If you're coming to our traditional worship service, please show up at 8 a.m. for traditional worship service in our sanctuary. And we also want to extend a special invitation to our Calvary at the Lake service at 10 a.m. at Luther Crest Bible Camp. We can't wait to see you again. Take care.
Heaven thundered and the world was born. Life begins and ends in the dust you form. Faith commanded and the mountains moved. Fear is losing ground to our hope in you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things in your name, they shall be done. Oh, freedom conquered, all our chains undone. Sin defeated, Jesus is overcome. Mercy triumphed when the third day dawned. Darkness was denied when the stone was gone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things in your name, they shall be done. Oh, unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things in your name, they shall be done. Oh, nothing shall be impossible. Nothing shall be impossible. Your kingdom reigns unstoppable. We'll shout your praise forevermore. Jesus, our God, unstoppable. Nothing shall be impossible. Your kingdom reigns unstoppable. We'll shout your praise forevermore. Jesus, our God, unstoppable. Nothing shall be impossible. Your kingdom reigns unstoppable. We'll shout your praise forevermore. Jesus, our God, unstoppable. Unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things in your name, they shall be done. Oh, unstoppable God, let your glory